What's poppin', my WA doppelgangers? It is that green Waddle D. We are back for the final episode of the Infernum kill compilation. The Terraria, Calamity, Infernum boss kill compilation. The final part where we do all the post-Moonlord bosses. It's gonna be a fucking doozy. It's gonna be a slobber knocker. It's gonna be crazy. Anyways, the first boss we got on our list is Dragon Folly. Now the Dragon Folly, as you can see, took me very few attempts. I picked up this elemental blaster. This thing is cash money. This thing is fucking cash. It's basically, it requires no ammo to shoot, which I enjoy very much, and it homes. It's just good. It's just a pretty good all around, pretty good weapon. And the Dragon Folly himself, he's very easy, I guess, that's all I'll say. I was thinking about doing this boss with the Plague Tainted SMG, you know, which is, it's the weapon that I got, in the last kill compilation, from the Plaguebringer Goliath that I used to kill Moonlord and, you know, all those other bosses with. Broken weapon. I could have used it to kill this guy, but it probably did about like half the DPS I'm doing with the no, not half. I don't know. Maybe like 60% of the DPS I'm doing. Maybe it did do half of the DPS actually. Anyways, it was just slower and I didn't enjoy it. Oh my gosh, I got him. Oh, what the fuck? Dude, what was that last phase? Like, it didn't even last like any time at all. So next up we had the Profane Guardians. These guys were, let's just say they were a bit of a step up in difficulty from the Dragon Folly. Because, oh my god. Well, you'll see my attempt counter at the end, but it definitely did not take me 37 attempts. It took me a little bit more. I'm not gonna act like it took me a shitload of attempts, but it took me more than probably most people would take on this boss. It was very hard for me, because I don't think I was not very good at this game back then, compared to how good I am now. I would say I'm much better at this game now, and I would smoke this douchebag in a jiffy if I tried to fight him now. I don't know, I'm calling him. I don't know if these guys are gendered. I mean, the Providence is a goddess, so I don't know if these guys are gendered. Anyways, this boss lagged my game, which that's always fun when your game lags. That was a close call. Yeah, these guys lagged the shit out of my game. It was, the first and second phase weren't too bad, but it was this last guy. The commander. The commander, he is pretty tricky. I'm calling it a he again. I don't know. But the commander is tricky. It's just a lot of stuff that I didn't know how to dodge, and it took me a while to learn how to dodge. And you just kind of had to go through the preliminary, like, first two phases every time, so it was kind of annoying when you're trying to learn the last phase. That's my main problem with this game, is learning the last phases of bosses, which is pretty much always the hardest phase of the boss. You have to get far in the boss to do that, and it's not easy.
What? I just played good. That's it. I just played good. Yes. Yes, dude. Fuck. I just played good. All I had to do was just focus. Focus my ass. And I finally did it. I just sat down and fucking focused. Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, my attempt counter was broken. I actually had 109 deaths to this guy, so
terrible boss. It was actually really fun. It was just, I was super slow to adapt.
So next up, we had Providence, which, believe it or not, was much easier for me than the Profaned Guardians. Yeah, much easier than the Profaned Guardians. Took me only 66 compared to my 109. So you might be asking, how the hell is that possible? I don't know, dude. I'm not saying this boss is easy, but well, it's not too hard. It's manageable. This attack was really weird to learn how to dodge, but eventually I realized it's pretty simple. You just don't move a lot, move up and down slightly, and to the left and right slightly, and you know, you dodge it. This attack is pretty easy. I used the Celebration Mark II for this. It worked pretty good, I must say, because, you know, the nice thing about Providence is you can just get all up in her grill and just completely wreck her shit, honestly. Oh yeah, and then I took her out, right? Look, I was so low on health, right? Get the Relic of Convergence, because she puts her shield up during this phase anyways. So, you're not really going to be doing too much damage to her anyways. Like, she puts a shield up during this. So it's kind of just like a dodge fest. So, that just gives you a bunch of free time to heal, basically. And the attacks are really just not hard to dodge at all. So, I basically got back up to full health with the Relic of Convergence, which is super awesome. Do a little circle strat for the fireball. The fireballs took me a while to learn for some reason. Javelin. Boom. There's Javelin. Hits the sidewall. Ideally, you hit them on the ground. It's just easier to dodge when she throws them into the lava rather than on the wall. This attack is pretty free. You just kind of stay on top of her, move around a little bit to get yourself in the thing. It's a fun attack. I like it. But yeah, my strategy was kind of to fly up and then fly down so that as you're falling, you dodge the javelin and the javelin goes into the lava. A strat I developed. This is one of the hardest attacks to dodge on the boss. These little crosses. You kind of just want to float low and I don't know. I don't know. I dodged it without getting hit though, which is part of the reason why this was my winning attempt. Because, so yeah, then you basically want to position her so that when you kill the gem thing, or when you win that phase, you know, that they're on the other side of the arena so that you can run to the other side of the arena and dodge these lasers easier. And then once you get here, it's pretty much free. It's just that last phase with the lasers and the rising fireballs that really fucked me over. It was so hard for me, honestly. I don't know why. It honestly is like a pretty challenging attack. Just like reacting to the lasers sucks dick. One of my least favorite attacks to dodge in this game.
There's no way. Nom nom delicioso! Yes, I win! Oh my gosh. And you know what? You know what's funny about that attempt? It was terrible. It was terrible. But it doesn't matter because the Relic of Convergence is here to just save your day. It's just here to save your day. And you know what? I got hit by the frickin' laser on that last thing, which I still don't know how to dodge. I still don't know how to dodge that attack. It's like literally impossible for me not to get hit by the laser and like all the fireballs. It's just such a stupid attack. But I fucking won. And you know what? I think that's an easier fight than the Profaned Guardians. Or at least my attempt counter says so. Because this fight, I only beat in 66 tries. Profaned Guardians took me 109 tries. So, you know, what does that say about that fight? I don't know. You get the Elysian wings from fighting Daytime Providence, which is pretty cool. I don't think they should be locked behind nighttime, honestly. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, it was a fun fight, honestly. Like pretty early on, I was like, yeah, this is a possible fight. You know, it's hard, but it's possible. I just hate that last phase with the lasers and the fireball. It's so hard to react to the lasers. So hard. But I did it. Yay.
So next up we had Stormweaver, and this would be one of the fastest bosses I've ever fought, because the Celebration Mark II is just fantastic at chopping this guy down. It's so good. It's so good versus Stormweaver. If you're struggling with Stormweaver, just use the Celebration Mark II and you will fucking annihilate his bloodline. There will be nothing left. Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, even so, like, the boss isn't too difficult. I'd say it's maybe still the easiest. I think it's probably still the easiest. The easiest Rune of Cost boss. Or, you know, Devourer guy, whatever the hell you want to call him. Easier than Ceaseless Void or Signis.
I killed him. I took like no time at all. Such a fast fight.
Next up, we had Ceaseless Void. Now, Ceaseless Void, I do not enjoy. Even though, as you can see, it only took me 21 attempts, right? Can't be that bad. Oops, I think I punched my microphone. Can't be that bad. Well, it's felt really slow to me still. Like, it felt like I fought it a lot more times than I actually did. Because the boss, it's just not fun. I mean, look, I'm standing in this spot. I've been sitting in the same spot for, like, probably a good, like, 6, almost 10 seconds, probably, I was standing in that one spot. Which is just stupid, honestly. It's just not fun. It's just not fun. It feels repetitive, and yeah, I'm not a great enjoyer of it, to be frank. Not a great enjoyer. I mean, it wasn't too hard though, thankfully, but like, it was still just annoying whenever I died. I really didn't like the worst part is really the last phase. The last phase sucks a lot. And I'm not even saying that like the last phase is hard, it's just the last phase is a little bit harder than the rest of the boss, you know? And the other thing about the last phase is I didn't really have a good weapon to... Didn't really have a great weapon to hit the dude during. But yeah, it's pretty slow, pretty boring, pretty whatever. So here we go. I switched to the Plague Tainted SMG because this thing is goated. So the return of the Plague Tainted SMG is fucking real. It was the best weapon I could think of. There's definitely a better weapon I could have been using, but I wanted to use this anyways, because I thought it would be funny. And like, it's just awesome using a fucking hard mode weapon on this dude. Like, come on, man. I mean, look at it. It's not even doing that bad. It's really not even doing that bad. This is stupid. This desperation attack's stupid. I don't like this at all, to be frank with you. Like, I hate Ceaseless Void enough. I hate him
Stupid
enough.
boss fight, and I never want to fight it ever again.
Well said. So next up we had Signis. And this guy was the most challenging of them all. Have to fight him in hell, so I had to cook up a really big arena, which is just not... I hate making arenas. I fucking hate making arenas. I hate mining out the ground and shit. And yeah, I had to mine out the ceiling and ground a lot. And it was just not fun. But anyways. This guy, He's annoying. I don't enjoy dodging most of these attacks. He is pretty cool looking, I will give him that. He's very cool looking, and I like his lore and shit. That attack, you just kind of gotta bait him out, dash the other way at the last second. It's kind of annoying, because sometimes that didn't really work. I adrenalined right, and it just did like nothing. Like the adrenaline he just ate that shit up for breakfast. Which was weird, because it feels like I'm doing pretty good damage to him, so I don't know what the deal is. But like, as you can see, like, I killed Providence, and I'm like still using the Elemental Blaster, so I don't know what the fuck is up with that, honestly. You would think that I would be using a different weapon, but I don't know. Maybe none of the other weapons were good enough. Or some shit. Or maybe I was too lazy to research and try and find a better weapon, but I don't know. It feels weird. It feels like there should be a better weapon for this. But yeah, like, look at this dude just gobbling up my adrenalines. I had to do adrenaline him twice.
Yes, dude. Fuck that guy. I had to adrenaline twice. Twice. Fuck. That boss fight. Never doing that again. Hate that. Hate that guy.
And oh boy, here comes Big Daddy Polterghast. Now, if you are familiar with my channel lore, then I made a video a few months ago of me just fighting Polterghast, and that was, you know, this playthrough, just me fighting Polterghast. It's just a video of me fighting Polterghast and just chatting it up. Basically to cope with the unfun learning process that was this boss. As you can tell, I'm not really a big fan, considering I made a whole video fighting him just so that I could like say words and distract myself from the suffering. But yeah, I didn't really like him that much. My least favorite thing about him was the attack where he charges at you and then you gotta like dodge the things that go to the side of him. I hate that shit. I really do. But I do like this molecular manipulator. It really cooked him. It really fucking cooked him. This attack was weird to learn, but you just I figured out that he doesn't do contact damage during it. I should have switched to a different weapon here. Like, he was so low. Like, why did I dodge all of those? Why did you do that? Anyways, you get him down to 1 health. This is my biggest problem with the boss. You kill him, and then he's got a desperation phase. I understand desperation phases. I don't necessarily disagree with them. I don't enjoy them. But, like, I don't know. I guess it's okay. Like, just focusing on dodging and shit. But, like, why does Polterghast have one? Why does Polterghast fucking have one? Like, Providence, maybe you can argue has one. But in that one, she, like, you can, like, deal damage to her and stuff. It's stupid.
Yes! I win! Yeah, monkey! Yes! It's over. It's over. It's oval. What do we got here? Got a beautiful bag. It only took 116 attempts. Oh man. What a boss. What a world. What a life. Crazy boss.
And up next we have, I think, my least favorite or second least favorite post Moonlord boss, which is the old Duke. Old Duke, more like the old fucking Dookie. The old Dookie lying in my backyard by the neighbor's from the neighbor's dog, because that's what this is. It's just an old pile of dog shit, of crusty, hairy dog shit. Basically, why don't I like this boss? Well, he just kind of rams into you over and over again, and that's kind of the whole boss. But then you've got like a bunch of like annoying, like homing, stupid fucking pieces of shit running around and flying all over the screen, and you know, little things that you don't want to walk into. Like, what is that? What is that? Like, did you see all that shit? The problem is, like, he goes off screen and then he does shit and you don't know what he's doing. And also, I'm using Omega Blue armor, so I die very fast. But look at this. Look at how much damage I just did there with it. Because you get the little... You press a button and you basically get, like... Your tentacles go fucking crazy. They just go stupid. It's kind of like having an adrenaline meter from the get-go, but it doesn't do as much damage, but it's still pretty good. And you gotta get it right up in their face. But yeah, the problem is that he wasn't very hard, but then he gets really hard right at the end. Like, right at the end, he just gets so stupid. Like, you can't dash as fast as he can dash, so you can't dash through every one, so you have to, like... I had to use the King Slime mount.
Dude, I can't believe it. No. Yes, dude. Yes. It's over. I dodged that attack like a boss. Oh my god. Dude, you don't understand. I could die in an instant. In the blink of an eye, I could be dead during that phase. It's so fucking stupid. Finally.
Are just so fucking stupid. When I said that the old Duke is my perhaps least favorite post Moonlord boss, this is the guy that was in contention. He is a terribly designed boss. Like, just absolutely fucking sucks, okay? This guy sucks dick. Alright, so here's the first phase. You dash through him. 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 Alright, you're done dashing through him? Alright, now you get to do this attack where you go back up so that you can dash through him some more. Alright, so you go up. You get ready. Oh, you did it. Good job. Great job. Fantastic job. So proud of you. Alright, so now he's going into phase 2. The awesome music is playing. The best song in the game is playing. You dash through him, 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 you dash through him. Oh, you got adrenaline. Oh, good job. Oh, you gotta go back up. Go back up so that you can dash through him some more. And make sure not to get hit by his head, because if you get hit by his head, you insta-die. So then you dash through him some more. You dash through him some more. That was kind of awkward, but, you know, you dash through him. So here he comes out. Oh, you gotta dash through, but you know, you know, you had to do it a little differently, but you still dash. Okay. All right. Pretty good stuff. All right. Oh, and then we got this attack. Okay. You just gotta use your mount. Precise, fly very carefully. That was pretty fun, actually. This attack is kind of fun. It's not fun when you die to it. All right, you dash through him, you dash through him, you dash through him, you dash through him. And then this was like, okay. I kind of enjoy this attack. You just gotta dash at the right time, and... But what I don't like is this last one. Takes too long. I had the flesh totem on, so I survived a bite from his head. You dash through him some more, you dash through him a little bit more, and you kill him, and he's dead.
No. No fucking way. Oh my god. Fuck this guy. The most repetitive, bullshit, stupid boss fight I've ever played in any video game. Ever. So stupid. Oh my god. Listen to the music. It's beautiful. It's like not a difficult fight, but it is when you're learning it at first. It is when you're learning it at first. Because you are just so susceptible to being one shot and two shot. It's just like you might as well use Omega Blue armor. Just for the fattest damage possible. What a fucking fight. What a fucking fight. Hell yeah. I'm actually so happy I beat him today. Dude, the song is so good. The song is so fucking good. Yes, finally, I got the fucking second phase. I can't fucking believe how much of an accomplishment it is to reach this fucking stupid fuck. No way! What? 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 What was that? What was that?
And now we're getting into the big dog leagues. We got Yaron. So this guy was, well, let's just say he was challenging. He took me 281 attempts, as you can see, which it's not very desirable. Why did he take me so many? It's a good question. I think the problem for me was the boss is very erratic with his dashes. You have to fight him for a really long time to get like a feeling on when he's gonna dash, because it's not always the same. Like you see there, he took a little bit longer because he was charging up his like fiery dash thing. So then you get him down here, and then you have to pay attention to his health, because like once he phase changes, you gotta know that he's gonna do that one attack, because if you don't know he's gonna do that one attack, then you get screwed. So it took me like 73 attempts or something just to get to the second phase alone, which was ridiculous. But then once you get to this, it's like a huge learning curve. So this is fine and dandy, right? He just does this fire charge a lot of times, and that's fine. You know, like nothing too challenging here. And then he does this, and then this is the problem. It's like old Duke all over again. You gotta get good at learning to dodge these really fast charging dudes. Also, I was like a fucking glass cannon. I had the dimensional soul artifact and Omega Blue armor, which if you don't know, that's like the pinnacle of glass cannon. You can't take much more damage than that. Like you're taking a shitload of damage basically. Also, this weapon was like so good. It's like homing and it just locks onto him and you don't even have to really aim it at all. It's fucking awesome for this boss. It was actually so perfect. It's about as good as like a summoning weapon. And then this last phase, it's not too bad. You just keep doing this basically. If you got a big enough arena, this boss is not really that hard actually. And that was about it.
What a stupid thing! Like, why does that work like that? Why do you have to run 10 miles away from him? But whatever, I don't even care. I don't even freaking care. I won. Oh my god. Yes. Did you beat him? Yes. I hate this guy. I really do. Really do, man. Some piecest or shittists.
And now the Exomax are here.
Shittists of peace.
Now I struggle with this boss on normal Revengeance mode, and Revengeance mode is like child play compared to Infernum. So you might recognize that that means that this is going to be really fucking hard on Infernum, and you would be very much right. The combo I picked was Ares and Artemis and Apollo. Because that's the easiest combination. Ares gets completely shredded by the chicken cannon, by the way. And then I used the Drato... I don't know how to fucking say this weapon's name, but it's the bow that you can craft with Yaron soul fragments, I believe, and some other shit. Basically, it keeps firing rapid fire and doing a shitload of damage as long as you don't get hit. If you get hit, the bow gets canceled, which is really, really lame. And I didn't realize that that was what was stopping my bow. I thought this bow just randomly stopped firing, like, after a while. But no, it's when you get hit, the bow stops firing. This boss was really hard because there's just a shitload of stuff going on. My least favorite part, I think, was this Thanatos phase where I just fight Thanatos by himself. Realistically, it's probably the second easiest phase. It's probably the second easiest phase of the boss, maybe. Cause like, I don't know about that actually. I feel like I'd be more comfortable fighting the second phase or the first phase compared to this. This is just like super annoying because most of the attacks aren't that hard to dodge, but like this attack is free. Realistically, you just kind of circle around him. Because if his body could deal damage to you, it would be a whole different story. But his body cannot deal damage to you during that attack. This is the hardest attack to dodge consistently. Like, I cannot fathom how anyone dodges this consistently. I was kind of figuring it out by the end of it, but like, no, I wasn't. Like, did you see how lucky that shit was? You gotta get really lucky. Anyways, look at how low I am on health. Can you believe this is my winning attempt? Yeah, this is my winning attempt. And here I am. But no, we're gonna clutch it back. Nebulous Core procs. So the Nebulous Core saved my life. If it weren't for the Nebulous Core, this run would not have been the one to win it all. Yeah. So we almost got Thanatos. That phase takes so long. So I switched from Glass Cannon to like back to tank because I needed to be tanky to survive this boss. It would make the fight take even longer. Like, this fight is already super long. But I needed to be able to tank this shit, because it's just, you're not going to be able to dodge everything. Yaron is one of those bosses where, like, you can dodge everything, or most of it if you're good. But this is like, hell no. Hell no, am I not going to be able to dodge all this shit. So then you get to the last phase. I think I died to this desperation phase a good 5-6 times. Eventually I figured out how to dodge it. Once I figured out how to, the hardest part is dodging that attack. And then from here it should be literally easy if you have the space. And I didn't realize that this is all I have to do. This is all you have to do. You just go in a line, go up and down. And you just bait them up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And that's all you do.
Yes! Fuck yes! Yeah, I was shooting him, man. I was shooting him with my gun. Get out of here. What a stupid boss.
This is Baby's first attempt getting to Catastrophe and Cataclysm.
Holy shit, that's stupid.
First attempt getting past those guys. Almost getting to phase 4. This is my first attempt getting to the Soul Seekers in phase 4. I died to them almost immediately.
I don't know how to dodge this shit.
This is my first attempt getting to phase 5. It's my first attempt beating phase 5 and getting to the desperation phase. Hell yeah. Only to die immediately.
I did it! I made it to the desperation phase. I did it. Yes.
This is my second attempt making it to the desperation phase. This time, we were going to come back more powerful than ever. Am I right or am I right? Nope.
I did it. I made it there again.
Alright, so then I made it to the desperation phase again, and I looked up how to actually do it. Thanks to Abood, the legend who no-hit all of this. There's other people who no-hit it, but I used his video as a guide on how to dodge this attack. So now I knew how to dodge that, but then I didn't know how to dodge this. So I died immediately, even though it's literally not hard to dodge at all. I was dashing too far.
We did it.
And then my fourth attempt making it to the desperation phase, I learned how to dodge it. And I made it to the last attack in the desperation phase. And you want to know what happened? I died immediately.
I did it. I made it to that stupid attack. I did it. I did it. I did it.
Finally, we have Supreme Calamitous. This was the hardest fight in the game, I would say. But it did not take me the least amount, or the most amount of attempts. The most amount of attempts went to Yaron, you'll see. But, you'll see my Exomax attempt count as well. But this guy was, our girl, was a very, very, it took a while to learn, but basically my freaking opinion is that if you focus on learning enough, you will learn much faster than somebody who just, you know, kind of rolls through with it, you know. So I focused really hard on actually learning, and as a result I learned faster. I was able to beat the boss faster. That's how it works. And eventually, at the end of this, I was feeling kind of godlike at this shit. I'm not even gonna lie with you. It was really just the ending, kind of finishing the boss, because I was less experienced with that part. But yeah, this boss took an insanely long amount of time. Like, my weapon is just, it's just not very strong. Or at least it doesn't feel strong. I think it's probably like fine in terms of actual power. It's probably like quite decent. It's a post Exomax weapon, so it's pretty strong actually. I just think you know, this boss is very healthy. It's very healthy, and it takes a really long time to kill. But yeah, it was a learning curve. Basically the hardest part was just like remembering the attack patterns and stuff, and like the order of attacks that would happen. I used the Storm Before Dawn, I believe it is. Storm Before Dawn. It's a song by Pin Neon, who is the composer of the Infernum soundtrack. And it was just like a custom track that they made, not for any of the bosses, but just like you can play it with the soul-driven headphones on any boss, and you know, if you want to motivate yourself. And this was a boss I needed motivation on, because it's the most challenging one. So these guys sucked, but I kind of figured out how to dodge them. It's not like I really had like a scientific formula to figure out how to dodge this shit. It was just kind of all feeling. Which I really just don't like it when I feel like I'm just kind of going off of feeling on how to dodge a boss instead of like an actual solid, you know, foundation. I just kind of slightly moved to the right and up and to the right, and you know, it kind of worked, I guess. And then for this attack, you want to start on the left, circle around. It's pretty easy to dodge that way. I mean, it's not easy, but it's easy for this boss standards. This boss, you have to like know it's coming and then just circle around like counterclockwise, and it's like not too bad if you know that it's coming. It's not bad if you know that it's coming, which that's how a lot of attacks on this boss are. You just gotta know that they're coming, be a little practiced in them. And the Soul Seekers. These guys were a little bit challenging at first, and then I realized, oh, I just need to I analyzed the attempt where I won, and I realized I was just sliding around the corners of the walls of the arena. So then I was like, okay, I'm just going to do that. And it works. And this attack especially, you need to start on the left side. Because you move away from that point where all of them explode. And then boom, so much easier to dodge. And this attack especially, this is a bullshit attack. This attack actually sucks dick. But you just want to circle counterclockwise. Keep moving. Know that it's coming. You have to know that it's coming. Otherwise you get bum fucked. Like, the first time I got hit by that attack, it was like, what is even going on my screen? Like, it looked impossible to dodge, actually. And then you just have to realize that you need the proper setup to dodge it, otherwise you get completely screwed. And it's kind of annoying. Because it wasn't very obvious how to dodge it, but I did figure out how to dodge it myself. And then we made it to the desperation phase, and I'll just let the dodging speak for itself.
This boss is so easy! This boss is so easy! You are so easy! You are so easy! Not even difficult at all. So, like, just not challenging. I'm the king. I'm so good at this. And I eat poop for breakfast. A healthy, balanced diet of poop and diarrhea and onions and oats and goats and goat farts and goat cheese. And I win. You lose. You fucking suck. I'm the king. I'm so much better than you. Thank God that I had a guide to follow so that I knew how to dodge that, because if I didn't know how to dodge that, it would have just been a mess. But it was so easy to dodge after I knew what to do. So thank God for Abood. What a legend. Oh man, that feels really fucking good. And you know what? I feel like I could beat this boss in like 20 minutes, like after this, honestly. Wow, what a fucking crazy. And you want to know how many attempts that took? Only 189. Now, the fight might have taken 6 minutes. The problem is, it takes 189 attempts for me to beat this, right? Okay, so which boss took me the most attempts? Because it wasn't Supreme Calamitous. It wasn't even the Exomax, I think. 266 attempts on Exomax. I believe Yaron. Yep, 292 attempts on Yaron. Why? I don't know. 204 attempts on Dog. How did it take me more attempts to beat Dog than Supreme? Because I was focusing, and honestly, my build was really strong. Oh, this song is so good. My build was just, I'm unkillable basically. If you're half decent at dodging the boss, you are unkillable with this shit. The sponge plus nano machines, so good, so good. The hell is that? What is that? Oh man. But yeah, why did it take me like, did I get the that one item? But why did it take me so little attempts? Because I just sat down and I thought about how to dodge the attacks. You have to think about how you dodge these attacks. And once you do that, you start developing consistent methods instead of just guessing. And also, I just every attempt took like a long time, right? Most attempts were taking me like 3 to 4 minutes, and then I would die, during one of those attempts. So even though 189 looks pretty small, really it probably took me a longer amount of time than Yaron, because on Yaron I was a full glass cannon build. I would die in like 3 hits, including the dodge and the nebulous core. So I was basically like, I had to get close to a no-hit. I probably got hit like 3 or 4 times on him. Yep, I got hit 4 times on Yaron. How many times did I get hit on Supreme? 7. That's actually really not that many. Wow. That sounds very wrong, but okay. 7 hits. That's not bad, actually. I was thinking it would be more like in the 10s. But you can take those hits, is the point. And it's really nice that this build gives you that leeway. Now, it was slow, but I made it happen. And it feels good. Spectacular work. You have conquered all the major obstacles. Take pride in this accomplishment, for you are considerably stronger than when you began. God dang. No, Abood is actually such a goat, because I would not have known how to dodge those 2 attacks in the desperation phase consistently if it were not for him. So thank God. You just study that shit, it's not even that hard to dodge, really. 180 hertz monitor buff is real.
And thus concludes our little Calamity Infernum boss kill compilation little series here. It was a lot of fun, I must say. Infernum mode is, in my opinion, it was the craziest journey I've ever had in Calamity, to say the least. A pretty big roller coaster of emotions, and just like, I don't know, it really makes you feel like you're kind of on a journey, because first of all, I think the bosses are splendid, and perhaps I should do a tier list ranking all the bosses on Infernum mode, because most of them are not bullshit, and they're fun, or at least they're fair. And usually fair equals fun, even if they're difficult. Like Supreme Calamitous, most of her attacks are fair. There's like a few attacks that are kind of bullshit near the end. But like, you just kind of, they're predictable, and like, if you put in the work, you can dissect them and understand them. And I think that's a wonderful thing without compromising difficulty, which I think a lot of mods should learn from, and just any game in general should learn from. Yeah, fantastic game, and just seeing the progression through the whole journey was awesome. And anyways, that's it for this video. But what's not it is that there is going to be true melee Infernum content on the way, and it might be crazy. It might be tutorials on how to fight the bosses true melee, or it might just be me playing through the game, because I've already beaten the game true melee Infernum at the time of recording this, because I was so slow to put out this video because I got addicted to Infernum true melee, and then school started again, and then I was like, okay, well, so you know how it is, because I was on winter break. But anyways, that's enough yapping. Look forward to other shit, because it's gonna get crazy. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my brothers.